I recorded this little rant about a month ago on robotic process automation after listening to Nilay Patel interviewing Kevin Roos from the New York Times about the subject. And I recorded this, and it was about how physicians can't be replaced by robots. And it was also about a patient who had an oh shit moment in terms of their glaucoma care. Looking back at it, I'd love to go through the recording with you and do a voiceover criticizing the video from beginning to end, because it's pretty hilarious how deadpan my delivery is. It makes me seem kind of miserable. And I guess maybe that's just the way I project. Let's just get on with this and appreciate your feedback on this.
There's one thing that robotic process automation will never replace in medicine, and that's our ability to be humans. I had a patient just last week who came in and they just had their Bleep moment in the course of their pseudoexfoliation glaucoma. Have you ever had that with a patient? Or as a patient, have you ever had that with your condition? This is a patient who was really looking for alternative medicine approaches to treating their glaucoma, which unfortunately, although it's helpful and it could do things to improve blood flow to the optic nerve and retina, it doesn't actually lower the eye pressure, which is still the most important treatable thing we can do for a patient with glaucoma. So they had a laser treatment a few years ago, and that helped for a little while. But their pressure was creeping up, and they thought even with their pressure in their 30s that as long as they found some herbal remedy, they would be just fine. And of course they had to go along with that. I want to be able to be there for the patient. If you just dismiss them and turn them away, then when they are in trouble, they'll never want to go see you because you didn't treat them with respect and respect their point of view. So we talked at the first encounter when they were referred in about some treatment options, medical therapy, which they had tried and weren't happy with side effects of, and of course the non-traditional treatments as well, and about doing another laser since it was effective for a while when it did last. And patient just said they'd think about it. They ended up being booked for the laser after thinking about it for a few weeks for trabeculoplasty. And I was just assuming that they wouldn't go ahead with that. I've had patients like that before where they were hemming and hawing a bit too much, and then when the time came they wouldn't show up, and then they disappear for months or years at a time, go to India, go see a guru there, and that actual patient eventually, after a few years, was completely blind in one eye, and still they weren't ready for treatment. So they would take their drops sometimes and then go many months or more without taking their drops. But back to this current patient, I was really surprised they ended up showing up earlier than originally planned for their laser. They came in the room, sat down, and I could just tell something wasn't quite right. You just get that sense with patients sometimes when they're sitting there and you just start with a, hey, how are you? And you realize that they're not okay. So I just looked at them, and after saying, how are you? I said, I just said, you're not doing okay. And I grabbed a box of Kleenex, and the crying started. They had recently had their visual field test done. It had been a while since their last visual field, and they had it done at their optometrist. And they came with it in hand, and there was a big piece of vision missing just below the center of their vision in one eye, the affected eye, because pseudoexfoliation does tend to affect just one eye a lot of the time. And well, that was it. That was their Bleep moment. So in this RPA world, it's very important for us to be humans. Taught to our patients, it's something that no robot will ever be able to replace. And that's it for now. Until next time, this is Rob Schertzer. Take care of your glaucoma. Bye for now.